get started.
Okay.
Well, this was based on light novel, the whole series.
So is Sword Art.
Welcome, guys, back to Mild Filler. We're doing a podcast. We're no longer calling it discussions because that's gay. Anyways.
I didn't make this decision, you did.
I just made it right now.
Oh.
Okay, so...
Glad to know we had a meeting about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so... let me introduce myself. I am Hector, and I watched this anime first. And my first thought was, wow, this character is just like Derek, who is joining me.
Hello, I am Derek, and I finished this show first.
Hey, wait a minute.
Did he?
I did.
That's right, you did finish it first.
I did.
That's a
Because
pretty Derek tendency.
That's right, you sped running right across me. you glitched through your free schedule. Anyways, and then
which is dead
the
now.
person who watched and finished last
Yes.
is the man with me, Devin.
I watched it last, and yep, that's all I can say for now.
For now.
No.
Alright.
I have a lot to say.
So, we're just gonna dive straight into Rising of the Simp Hero.
Or as I like to call it, Rising of the Alt-Right.
Oh, Rising of the Alt, there you go. Rising of the White Knight.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
That's also a good name.
Okay, we can do this all day. So, I'm gonna do my general impressions of this show. I can say I like the show just as a very big blanket. However, there are moments in the show where they go really low, and I think episode 1 through 4 are easily the highs of this series.
Agreed.
Do you want to go next, Derek?
Yeah, let's all have our bit and then we'll discuss about each other.
That's sure.
Okay.
After watching this entire show, I can definitely say that, like you said, as a blanket, it's a good show. It's a good show. I did enjoy my time watching it, but there's definitely a lot of things that I have to talk about because there's a lot of things that just it struck a nerve with me, and then there was a couple small things in there that I'm like, oh, I wish it just didn't exist.
Boy, you're telling me.
What about you, stirring in his seat?
Shield Hero is a roller coaster at first that starts off really good, or not even really good, but pretty good, that meanders towards after the good parts, then rises up to be pretty decent, and then falls off a fucking cliff after a while.
That's fair.
And so overall, I cannot say I hate this show, but I'm very meh towards it, because by the end, I felt hollow and nothing.
I also like Bleach.
Well, that's good, Derek. Someone has to.
That's a mighty comparison.
No, he said hollow, and
Right.
I'm just rewatching it, and never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, so
I forgot.
you guys won't be seeing this, but I have a couple discussion topics for pictures here. So if we just go like or like have big reactions because we changed the, you know what? I'll just add it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
just put it in the thing.
I'll just add extra.
Yeah,
memes
for visual
you guys.
aid.
Yeah, screw it. Whatever. Just weird having this in the podcast. Whatever. Anyways, wow, this cover's really pretty, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's just go out for the first character and we'll just go from here.
Is that me?
That's Derek. Look at him. He's right there.
I really do want to cosplay as him one day.
I think you could do it.
I think I can.
It's not a hard cosplay.
It's just gonna be the hair.
But, yeah, I think this... Okay, so thankfully Naofumi is not too deep. It's mostly his reactions that are the best part about him. So, when my first... I'm going to just talk about the first 4 episodes and why I really love them.
Go for it.
And that's the whole thing of just being screwed over and having a redemption arc. I think that's always been one of my favorite parts about this show, is seeing how low he can go, and yet he... Like, it's so different from other isekai where he does not get rewarded. He just gets punished even harder.
Oh, he gets
Until
hit.
at a certain point he does.
No,
Yeah.
he's just shoved to rock bottom. He starts out with nothing.
No, he
Actually,
starts
less
out
than
worse than...
nothing.
Yeah, less
Less
than
than
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, man. Then that's what I loved about the first 4 episodes, is that he kind of did everything himself, to the point where he actually, like, stood up to the people who he thought was, like, way stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he managed to stand his ground, which I think is amazing. And his whole arc with trusting someone, it started and finished. Episode 1 started and it ended in episode 4.
Yeah, I would say that.
And they had a few quote-unquote tests with the bad shield, but...
Oh yeah, the Rage Shield.
I'm gonna go into that later.
Yeah,
but,
that's definitely something to be...
You guys want to comment anything on those 4 episodes?
I generally believe that Naofumi was the strongest in his 4 episodes because I think the best part of Naofumi, at least in general, is I can feel for him, and I feel bad. I'm like, geez, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say he's a particularly deep or deep or thought-provoking character. I mean, to a degree, maybe.
To be honest, not a lot of these characters are very
No,
deep.
I wouldn't say that.
Is there any isekai character that's actually thought-provoking?
Maybe Shiro from Dark Horizon?
I think not necessarily like philosophy thought-provoking, but more so like critical thinking. Like he's like, that's a smart guy. Like it's interesting to see like the logic behind it. Anyways,
I guess
going into Dark Horizon.
Like, I don't have any big problems with Naofumi. Honestly, he's just fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely do feel for him. So, which is more than I can say for other characters in other series.
He's definitely one of my favorite isekai characters, which you know it's not a high praise, but hey,
I like how we're doing the game and be like, yeah, isekai, pretty bad.
Well, okay, come on. We've been through some grinds. We've been through some trenches.
It's only like a couple. We haven't seen like everything, you know.
That's fair. Then again, there's also Cosmo, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then don't forget that the next anime that's coming up next season, which is I got locked in a fridge and then I got isekai.
Oh my god, is that actually coming out as an anime?
No, I'm fucking with you.
Damn, I actually believe you.
Remember, there's that one where someone got isekai that got turned into a vending machine. That's a light novel.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no.
God, fuck my life.
Putting it up right now. Anyways.
Hope you hold up to your word.
No.
Doesn't.
Now you won't.
I think what I'll just do is just like I'll have a really zoomed in picture of it. It's like, yeah, you guys got it.
Problem solved.
It's just like the picture of like the F, like the F and R of a fridge, just super zoomed in. Like, you guys got it.
I think my biggest problem with Naofumi is not even himself. It's just how the show, after like a while, treats him as like the biggest child on the planet. I mean, it kind of deserves it, but at the same time, it comes at the expense of other characters, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
It's too much. Whatever, man. We can go out of order. I don't care.
Yeah.
So, like, one of my biggest gripes with the show, for fucking sure, is just the relationship between the three cardinal heroes with him.
Oh my god.
Seriously.
It's like, I had, like, before I finished the show, and I had 4 episodes left, and you're like, I was like, hey, yeah, they're finally getting along, and you're like, no. And I didn't believe you.
Shit.
I did not believe you until I saw the episodes. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
They are so incompetent and so unwilling to cooperate. It's astounding.
It's
to
disgusting.
The point they are jobbers in the last wave we saw in the show, and I'm like, do you even need them? And that's a bad question to ask.
Exactly. It's astounding how little they bring to the table, but how much praise they get.
Because like I kind of like it in a way where it's kind of a curve. Like they used to be the Chads, and then Naofumi becomes the Chads, but it's gone so hard that it's like
they don't exist.
He made them irrelevant. Like I don't mind him being stronger than the other 3. He's the main character. I kind of expect
That's
that.
fine.
But to go this far, to make them this useless, they're literally comedy bits in the last 4 episodes. They get seasick and be like, oh jeez, I can't talk, and they're like,
Melty is more stronger than the what's it called? The very clumsy girl is more useful.
Oh my god!
was-
Don't bring her up. I will scream when we bring her up.
She just isn't. I'm not going to count her because she was just at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
She was just there.
But it just comes to show.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
But
man.
it is amazing how you can look at these characters. Is it fine that we go like towards the very end? If we're going to talk about
this is out of order. This is free discussion.
Yeah,
I don't
because
care.
if we're going to talk about the cardinal heroes, then I want to go extremely to the end and piggyback off of Devin, because when you look at it, they're twice the level of Naofumi. Twice.
Yeah, relatively. Although he catches up pretty quick in the day.
Yeah, I don't think it's
that's
much
because
anymore.
That's because of the grinding event.
Yeah. So
I
I
like
think
that idea.
So I think he's like only like, he's probably 75% there.
Sure, but it's like they are over leveled, overstacked, and they have a lot more shit than he does. But it's amazing how they just get slapped to the side.
He has strategy, guys. He also didn't reveal his secret of like doing the
Everything by hand.
Well, yeah, the hand thing and being like, you take this material and put it in your orb or whatever.
They do that too.
Yeah.
I think it was the secret between his shield. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. The thing only happened because he got the shield. Everyone else just got big S-class weapons. They just destroyed things and got them.
So what I really liked at the beginning about the first Cardinal Heroes, let's just switch through pictures so we can think about them.
Sure. Yeah.
Good that they're all there.
Hey, look, it's Ignatz.
Don't tell that to. Don't insult Ignatz like that.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't deserve that.
But like, okay.
I'm sorry.
So what I liked about the beginning of the shield, maybe not the beginning, but like kind of like the middle, is that you start to see kind of like the tier list of like who does Naofumi like more than the other.
Or who likes Naofumi more?
Yeah. That's what I liked, is that you kind of saw a tier. And, you know, it's very obvious that Sword is the warmest, Spear was the coldest.
Absolutely.
And Bow was kind of in the middle.
He just didn't really care.
And what I was really hoping for at a certain point is that I wish Sword would have been the first to jump on Naofumi's side.
Yeah.
And at least at the point of after the what's it called? Like after the Queen's all that bullshit, that he at least would have been like pretty close to Naofumi's level, and kind of be more like cool with them, you know?
Yeah.
Like he would actually like be more. It'd be a 2v2 essentially.
He would have been the first male to join his freaking party.
Maybe not join party, but just be cooler with him, you know?
Right.
Oh, that's right.
kinda
They couldn't join the party because of reasons.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, eventually maybe Bow eventually does it, you know?
And then Spear at the last episode, but he did it.
I wouldn't have minded if Spear and even Bow, if they were both just the joke characters, because Sword was cool with him, you know?
Yeah.
Because they made him like eventually Bow, and then if Spear wanted to just be kept a joke until the very end, that's fine.
That's fine.
That would completely work with me. But
the fact that none of them.
They are literally referred to as the Three Stooges.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because at a certain point, like.
I like the references that they keep throwing into the show. By the way, it's cute.
Yeah, because all the warm and all the cold thing, they just all kind of turn into the Bow hero, where they're kind of like in this weird in between area, and they're just they lost personality. They lost like a dynamic.
I gotta say, there is one thing I do like about the three heroes. This is before they go completely job. Is at first they're like big chads, and to the point where, and they also think this is a game because they have experience of playing this kind of game like the world they're in, and so it's shown when they try to do cool things because they're heroes now, and they all completely backfire. I don't mind that because they just didn't care to check. And Naofumi has to fix the mess. I don't mind them being like that. And he tells them, like, hey, come on.
I feel like the writer stretched it a little bit too much when they brought up the dead dragon thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, alright, writer, you're just trying to purposely fuck him over now.
Yeah. Especially because that was...
I don't mind that one, honestly.
They were kind of reaching a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, if you do this with the dragon and the corpses and all that shit, it's like... Really, man? Do you think fucking like Naofumi would have thought of that?
Right.
Do you think he would have been like, oh man, I killed the dragon. Well, time to clean it up. Like he wouldn't have thought of that. Like fuck off.
It's like, oh yeah, it's a slated dragon, therefore it'll just disappear like all the other monsters did.
Like,
well, I don't mind like he didn't think of the logic. It's just that Naofumi himself wouldn't have think to clean up the dragon. He probably would have killed him first.
Yeah.
You know.
Or would have had his shield eaten it or something.
That's like saying like, oh, if you didn't clean up the balloon slime monsters in the beginning, they actually would have killed the entire population.
Didn't the
some
blue
shit like
slime monsters kind of disappeared a little?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just
But I'm just
evaporated.
saying, it's along that logic. Like, oh, what if the werewolves that he tried to attack, they actually got reanimated and they became stronger, and Naofumi actually fucked up? Like, it's so hard-reaching, man.
Yeah.
That's my only complaint. Sorry.
And then to me... go for it.
Like, I understand, I get that. I didn't really think about that, but I still like it because it showcased how at least their own perspective is screwing them over as heroes, which does bite them in the ass later on with the church.
But the fact that it happens to all three of them is kind of annoying too. Where it's like, again, it kind of refers back to the idea that all they're written as just jobbers, where it's like, oh, the sword guy kills a dragon and pollutes the entire place. The bow guy rises a civil war.
The bow guy I get. I think it's a good reason.
But it ruins the village, which is...
I also think it works as a spear hero because he's so incompetent and so, like...
That would make the most amount of sense because he plants a poisonous tree. So he's such an incompetent piece of shit that, of course,
because he doesn't listen.
Wrong.
He's just like, oh, the girl said this and it works.
Simp. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't mind the other two. It's just the sword one's like, really? You like, I get it. It pays off in the later. But it was just really reaching.
It's like you didn't have to push it that hard.
That's the only time I like their incompetence. And I'd be like, it's fine, because I would be also fine with it if they actually grew from it. It doesn't seem like they did.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind. They didn't learn a thing from it.
I don't mind if the other two did. I wanted Sword to start.
Yeah.
I wanted to see a beginning, a trend.
I at least wanted some progress with any of them.
There was progress after that, because you saw that, like, Naofumi trusted Sword a little bit.
I don't know. I mean,
he was like,
and then again, I guess he gave him the thing. He's like, hey, you can figure out. I don't know why he got the implication that he could, because he never really talked to Sword.
No, it's because he noticed that every time Sword like brought up something, he's the one that brought up the most. Like, hey, come on, guys. Like,
I mean, he and Bo did about the same. Like, hey, come on.
I think Sword did a little more.
I think so, because there was...
It felt like it was even to me, Bow and Shield. When the tournament happened and they saw the cheating, it was like, hey, come on.
But it wasn't past the tournament.
But the Sword guy noticed it first. He's like, oh, did you see that? I was like, see how it was? Like, she cheated. He's like, oh, I thought something happened.
There was a moment even in the bar thing. I think Sword was like warmer. I just recall more moments.
Yeah, in that instance, I do agree, because Bow was really defensive about it. And, like, Sword guy was like, oh, I really messed up that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it keeps going, you know? Like, I think Sword understands a little more. Bow's a little, like, he's a little more pricky. Just a little bit more.
Yeah, because he's super defensive. Like, no, I didn't mess up.
And that's why I always got the vibe. Like, I think Sword would be the first to understand, because he's the most woke out of the three.
Isn't he the youngest?
He's...
Probably, yeah.
Him and Bow are around the same. They're like high school.
Because they're trying to reference his Kirito, and Akira and Kirito's the same age, you know? Like, I get it. Trying to be a lone wolf, whatever.
Sure. But again, it would have been interesting if he kind of just like started to grow as a character instead of just legitimately being pushed to the side.
You know, clumped in together. Now they're all bro hero.
I know, it's amazing because now you just kind of have to think of them all as like the one character, which is just the three cardinal heroes.
Because at least before it happened, you had Spear, who was just a simp for his first party, didn't even think for himself, honestly.
No, he never did.
And he was so high on being a hero.
The only time that he ever thought for himself was during the fight with the Pope. That was the first time.
Yeah, I would agree.
And again, failed because of his incompetency.
Yeah.
So,
like, at least beforehand, before the last four, they are all distinct in their incompetence.
Yeah.
And their degree of, like, Nafumi's okay or not.
Mm-hmm.
But then they got lumped together, and I got angry because I'm like, come on, they're supposed to be important for God's sake.
Right.
They literally fuck up for half of the show.
I don't expect him to be Chads all of a sudden, but I'm expecting little something. They got worse.
Alright, I feel like we're rerunning a lot of tread with them.
I'm just astonished they got worse. I thought they would get better.
Yeah. Fucking shit. But what about Raphtulia? Let's talk a little about her.
I have nothing to say.
Do we have to?
I have nothing to say.
I got a few things to say.
Go for it.
So more so speaking on episode 1 through 4, of course.
Yeah.
Because first of all, a little convenient where it's like, oh yeah, she just grew like in 10 years.
Only care to do that.
Only character.
And it's like, speaking of Naofumi's harem, it's just like they're all kind of lollies, and Raphtulia is just kind of like a pseudo lolly.
Yeah.
She's
only 18.
She's 10 still. She's still 10 years old.
No, because
still 10 years old.
Years
the body of an
body of an 18-year-old.
That's a pretty busty 18-year-old. I guess
we've all seen anime. Come on.
That's fair. But it's like,
Remember Orihime, when she first came out, she was 15.
What I was really hoping for when the beginning thing happened, I was hoping there'd actually be a big time skip, because that's what I assumed. Right. I assumed now for me, like I like the idea of someone being isekai and it's like 10 years later.
Yeah.
That would work in the content of the story because of the waves.
They could have made the waves do every year.
Yeah.
Maybe every 5 years or something.
But then again, the levels would have had to match that.
And maybe they sped up, The wave started speeding up. I think that would have been a neat idea. Maybe they sent the heroes early,
Sure.
I don't know. Just they could easily write a way around it. Either way, I just kind of wish that was a thing. But now they're just like, oh yeah, level her up. It's a video game, guys. Even though it's not.
Ta-da.
I like that. Like, yeah, they hate demi-humans because of this leveling up shenanigans.
I mean, it's pretty easy to raise an army.
I thought it'd be like because the demi-human qualities of like, yeah, hey, they have ears. I don't like that.
They're animals.
They're animal ears.
So I really like Raphtulia episode 1 through 4 a lot, just because I feel there's a very big connection and intimacy, not like love intimacy, but like a family intimacy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Between Naofumi and Raphtulia, and I really love that.
Because I always like the idea that he just treated her like a daughter.
That moment where Raphtulia has to make her first kill is pretty intense, and I really love that scene.
Absolutely. I also love the fact that it's brought up with the spear hero, like, oh my god, I can't believe that he forced you to do that. I was like, no, I'm glad he did, because it helped me grow as a person.
She got red pilled, man.
Yeah, she did.
But like that's what I'm like. I really did like the concept of Raphtulia, but once you get to episode 4, she's basically there to be like
Non-movie's lifeboat.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just hold my hand. Ooh, no, I'm better now.
And then when you get
×5.
And then when you get to episode 7, just fucking kill you.
Yeah, once like Fido and everything comes in, I feel like intimacy starts to get like farther away.
It starts to get more generic.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly, that's my biggest deal. Like, you know what she starts to feel? She starts to feel like Mia a little bit, and I don't like that.
Oh no! Oh no! You're right.
I don't like
I never thought about it like that. Oh, she's not as obnoxious though.
No,
because at least she's like, hey, I care about Theo.
And at least she's useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mia is Aqua without the funny. Got him.
Oh no.
Oof.
Anyway, this is not a Monster Movie Made podcast, so I wouldn't mind.
Eventually.
But eventually. Season 2,
Holy
please.
shit.
I am thirsty. Anyways,
You got your POVs, that's enough.
because yeah, I think I like the idea of like, she fits so well into Naofumi's, where she kind of came out of nothing. I don't like her backstory very much. If I got,
I don't like it either.
It really does seem extremely forced and tear jerky.
Like, okay, parents died, wolf monster,
Enslaved,
and then the enslavement of the intense
And
friend
family and friend die.
Friend
dying.
Of just being sick, and you just see her bones. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It's like, okay, just like you only need one.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like you could have at least like given the parents dying to someone else or the enslavement to someone else, but I know that the enslavement's how he gets her, but
I feel like her arc should have only been about the enslavement and that's it. She didn't even need the friend dying. What if she was always enslaved and she always felt pathetic? I think that would have been more interesting because it's like it's coming from nothing, which fills Naofumi's steam.
And if you really want to push the whole family thing, just like do like the flashback, like oh she's being torn away from her parents, like instead of them having to die.
I kind of didn't care when she cared for that thing of like, hey, we're gonna resolve the arc of her parents dying in the episode we talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh okay, I guess.
Yeah, it was a little too weird. Fuck, what else was I gonna say? I was gonna mention something about slavery, probably. Well, that's more on the slave trader.
I have a lot to say about that when it comes to her, though. One of the things that I don't like about her aesthetically is the fact that, and this is very nitpicky, I know, but the fact that even though she grows up, she still uses the shackles on her hands as bracelets.
I didn't even notice the shackles.
I never noticed.
Yeah.
And she even gets another pair for her sleeves.
Well, I kind of got that.
I thought you were pointing at her titties for a second.
No, it's on her side. I'm sorry.
It's pretty close.
Right here. Right there. There.
Yeah, I see it.
It was like she loses the one on her neck, but she gets two more for her sleeves.
Jesus.
Like she just keeps the shackles on, and it's like, is that necessary? It's not necessary.
God, I rolled my eyes so hard when she wanted to keep the slave crest.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't. He's not. Fubi even said like, you don't have to.
Honestly, I felt it was stronger if she didn't have it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It would have been like the arc's over, you know.
It would have been a lot more interesting if Naofumi got rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she says, like it's a symbol of the trust. I'm like, well, I guess.
But
are you sure?
But the artist wanted to draw the slave tattoo on her titty, so you know can't really argue. Wanted to give her the old S-Death treatment, I guess.
But they couldn't wait until episode 21 where they could have done that.
I guess not.
So.
Anyways, I think I'll bring up Reptilia a little more. Fuck, I wanted to say something else about Reptilia, but if it's important, I'll bring it up.
Backstory, emotional connection, growing up.
She was pretty good 1 through 4, and then I didn't care about her beyond that.
I like the idea that
I cared for her less and less and less as the episodes went on.
It's funny that you say that because I did too. Because her constant thing of like, oh no, I have to stick by Naofumi's side because I'm his sword. Slowly but surely, I only continued to see her as his weapon.
Right?
It's like she didn't bring anything to the table, even though she started to learn dark magic, and then she got a magic sword. It's like she was just another character. She was just a weapon.
I find it weird though that she was so brainwashed by like, you know, Torment or whatever. Like no, she didn't trust Naofumi so hard, and I find that to be weird considering her past where she had so many people to trust.
Yeah.
She had parents being raised. She had.
I think it's because he was a human.
I guess. Yeah. Okay.
But remember, he was the shield hero.
Yeah.
Her dream was to meet the shield hero.
But she didn't realize that up until now. I don't know, man. I feel, okay. No, I remember what I was gonna say. I don't feel the racism was hard enough with her.
Right.
Except for that one guy.
I think it was strong at first because you just see like when he just bought her, you just see a guy like whipping some kids like, come on, get over here.
Yes.
But
after a while, you just kind of forget about it.
Because
except for when it's brought up a couple times.
But you notice the part when they go into like the bar or the pub or whatever.
Yeah, no demis allowed.
Yeah, we do not allow demi-humans. They don't mention a damn thing. They just get like a bunch of people staring and glaring, but no one says anything. Not even the man.
Probably.
No one calls for the manager to say, "Hey, get the human out."
Can I speak to your manager?
Yeah.
I have a demi-human here in this table, and I want him out.
I
do not want my kids near this fucking trash panda.
But it's like no one says anything, and no one says anything ever. Like it's
right.
All the racism towards the demi-humans are
kind
just
of forget
non-existent.
about it because there's only like a couple people that are consistent, like fuck demi-humans, like the princess
and that drunk night, I guess.
And then you notice,
and like the king.
No, and then you notice that there's one part of the royal army, and there's like, I guess it just doesn't fucking matter.
Because
whatever.
This world said that to world build essentially is the demi-humans are hated among humans, but I don't really believe that because.
Well, at the very least, the country they're in for the most of the season is a very human superiority country, and there's others who are like cool with demi-humans.
But like in particular, I didn't really give off that. It never really hit me.
It felt like it at first, and then it stopped.
It was kind of light at first. I thought they were gonna reel us in. But after a while, it's like.
But it kind of dropped like a rock, didn't it? It's just
really
gone.
fast.
Really then again, like there are moments where I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
But if something like that important is like, it should be like, oh, that's right. They hate those kinds of people. It's like, it should be kind of be prominent throughout the whole story.
I still think it's better handled than like series like Ruby, where it's just like you just don't even notice at all.
Yeah, it's fair.
They made an arc about it with Weiss. Anyways,
we'll get to
next.
We'll get to Ruby when I finish.
Allegedly.
Anyways, Goshushin-sama, Vito. Hi.
Can we move on? I don't.
All right. Okay. Derek, you're the only one. That hasn't not answered it. Do you like Fido?
I think she's cute. What's wrong with the giant fat chocobo?
Okay, listen now.
I wanted to say that was the giant freaking reference is the fact that all philos are just chocobos.
Okay. Fucking character that I hate the most in Seven Deadly Sins, that goddamn fucking pig.
Oh, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
I hate him, and Fido gives off that energy.
Really?
She gives me similar energy, and I don't like that.
I can see that.
I'm not saying it's exact, but the energy is there.
I can kind of see where you're coming from, but Fido doesn't annoy me like that. It's kind of similar, where I'm like, I don't know. I really have nothing to say about Fido.
She's just annoying because I kind of hate her. Not because of her character, because of what she caused, which is she was the first
episode 7.
That was that. But there's that she started the disconnection between Raphtalia and Naofumi.
Yeah.
If she was just kept as a chocobo, I would have been fine with her.
Right. If she was just the mount, or if she was just the one to pull the carriage. Because it was just very weird that she liked doing that.
I think it was fine, you know.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I like doing it. Like,
I liked it. I'll be honest. I did like when she was being an autist about it.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite parts about her.
I liked it later on before they fight the Pope. She's like, gets a new carriage. She's like, oh wow, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's kind of neat.
God, she's less than a year old.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey,
she's a newborn.
They at least justify like, hey, it's because a hero raised you. That's why.
Fucking Spear Hero's like, ooh, lollies.
But it's
oh god, it's so creepy when he does it.
Yeah.
I love the fact
they overdo it a bit because, like, okay, I get it. You're trying to make him creepy, but like,
I like
get it.
when they just do it in memes like, hey, let's get him kicking the balls.
It's like, I get it, guys. Do something more fun with it, you know? Don't just stick to the same material.
It kind of like it only happens like 3 times, but each time it becomes kind of more formulaic.
Yeah.
I guess if you like it, go for it. But I'm getting some Bazinga energy off of it, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
Hey, Shogun. Philo.
Hey, Spear Hero. Yes, Firo. Balls. Ouch. Holy crap. Like for free copy of Manga 1 of Shield Hero.
My god.
I might make that.
Oh,
anyways, and I much should say besides all the negatives, honestly, that she caused. Not indirectly, mind you. It wasn't directly her fault, but...
Are we going to talk about the biggest negative once and for all? Is the fact that she's only here because of a gacha game.
That was so funny.
It was such an amazing
But it feels
reference.
like they kind of bring up later on, it's like, oh, that was going to happen regardless. Because like, it was a hero and he was going to raise a Fido or Phila, and it was just going to happen. That's what I got the impression when Fitara, it's like, hey, yeah.
Sure.
I just remember something I got mad about, which is like, which got me a big fuck you, which is like, oh, actually she's super rare and she's actually super good.
Yeah.
So it's like, so you're not doing the thing with Fractilia where she came from nothing.
Yeah.
So you're actually saying she's better than a dragon.
But remember, she's not a dragon though. Because remember, the guy's
she's not. I was just pointing out that how she's more rare than a dragon.
No, exactly. But remember how he's like, oh, you could get something from just a bird to an S-class dragon that you can sell for 14,000 gold. But no, he gets a giant bird.
Actually, no. I forgot. The entire reason why she was so strong is because technically Naofumi is a Dawnstone, and he just fucking leveled up super fast. I think the queen mentioned that, right?
Yeah, it's because she was. The reason why she grows up so fast is because a hero's raising her, a cardinal hero.
Yeah,
which I
guess that's fair.
I feel like it was going to happen regardless. It seems like.
It seems so. I kind of wish she was just kind of raised from nothing and she became just the strongest chocobo, and I think that would have been better.
Yeah, but no, she just starts out at 100.
She kind of was a little bit.
Well, she continues to just kind of be the chocobo, but fucking just go farther, with that class.
Because her whole gimmick is that she just grows up fast.
Oh no, she got a little hairpin in her. What are those called?
An ahigo.
No, that's
cowlick.
That's a different one.
No, it's a different one. That's what they reference it as.
I think the one's called Achigo.
Achigo?
God, it was so.
That's the hentai face.
It's
one of those two.
Because in Fate they call Saber's thing an ahigo.
I think it might be that. If that's the case,
it was so funny. Like, hey, you're the queen now. You just get a cowlick. Yeah, and she's like, I hate this.
And I love how she pulls it out, and then another one comes out.
I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
Wait a minute, are they the mannequins of not Fire Emblem, of Shield Hero?
What?
Are they the mannequins of Shield Hero?
What's a mannequin again?
They're the Fire Emblem things, the dragons.
Oh.
Where they live for a long time.
Some of them,
I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because she was around for what, 1,000 years?
I think that only works for the queen.
Yeah.
Who Fiodo's going to be is the queen, pretty much, or Sturley.
Even though she's less than a year old?
She's a crown princess, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, it seems like that.
Yeah, she's the new heir.
Yeah.
And let's go to Tokyo.
I'm
From
running
an
out.
egg is where.
I had nothing to say.
Look, she has a magical dress that allows her to transform.
I'm gonna bring this up with Melty. Hey, what do you know? Anyways, okay,
Who's that?
Before I get into Melty, it started to get a little weird when she joined the party. It's like, all right, creator, stop putting in lollies.
Please.
At this point, I'm like, just put in a male character.
That's
what I was gonna say. Another thing is that my biggest complaint with this thing is like Naofumi's great with all his bitches or something.
Sure.
But I feel at a certain point, I think Naofumi just needed a bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
was so tragic when the one competent guy friend he gets is actually his enemy. And I'm like, damn it! Son of a bitch.
It could have been
and
him.
I liked him too.
He is a good character.
It could have been him. It could have been the sword hero. And if the blacksmith joined, it could have been him. Honestly.
Sure.
God,
just some guy to talk to.
The blacksmith is such a chat and a gentleman. I love him.
Because
he's amazing.
It's like there's so much time that a guy can spend with his daughters that he's just like, I just need a beer with a bro.
Right.
I want that guy. Why does he have to be the enemy? Man.
Yeah, that's what I really liked. I felt like there was finally an actual bro relationship.
And then
I was thirsty for it.
I guess they're like psych. There are actually other God, that lost me. Where it's like, yeah, there are other heroes in the other worlds that you have to fight, and I'm like, now I'm thinking like, who made this?
Right?
Who made this?
It got a little too shitty. I don't like the idea of this it gives me big Fire Emblem Fates energy, and I really don't like it.
Yes, that's why I could not stand it when they're like, oh, we're heroes. Like, excuse me? From the other side
the other realm.
Then I'm the other side, why? Why is this happening? I thought it was just going to be simple and easy. 24 episodes of him just
rising up as the shield hero.
Now for me, just single-handedly getting rid of all the
We gotta make a moral conflict here. Like who's
the moral conflict was one man from less than zero to over the kingdom.
That's over. It's over. We gotta move on this other.
That was all that we needed, though. That's it. That's all we needed.
Glass. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, writers decide otherwise.
Yeah.
The show got too popular, so he needs more money.
But it's like, oh my god.
By the way, it's written by a girl.
Oh,
whatever.
Girl.
I don't care.
Light novel.
Huh.
So,
interesting. Yeah. I kind of want to read an interview to see what's her cravings behind it. Anyways. But
it's like it was an awful idea. I hated it so much. Like it would have been a lot easier to just swallow the pill, saying like, oh, these two characters are extremely powerful because they work really well together. And then when
that is true.
And then when they bump into Naofumi, they're like, "Oh hey, just complete strangers," and they left it at that. But nope, parallel universe, other hero. Let's rewrite this whole story again because we need nothing from this.
Like I thought the moral conflicts, like Vittoria was bringing up, like, hey, you gotta choose either the people or the world, and they're not the same thing. Like, oh, that's kind of interesting. That's another kind of foil to this.
Yeah.
But then I guess maybe they talk about another world?
Exactly, because then they have to fight for their world. And I was like, then what are you fighting?
Nothing's gonna fight for the people.
Like, where's the hypocrisy in all of this?
Like, I don't like this idea, but I want to see what it actually is before saying it's completely bad.
Right, we got 2 more seasons, so it's gonna be like,
at least.
But I find it hilarious knowing the fact that at the very end of episode 24, 26, 24?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Last 25 episodes.
25. The last episode, we only got 3 of the heroes. There's still one in the parallel universe that we know fuck all about.
And if there isn't,
I don't know.
Is there another parallel universe?
We saw the girl with the crystals,
the crystal glass, and then
the guy with the scythe, and then the guy with the fans.
We had a mage. What was it? A fan hero?
The fan chick, and
the
then the
scythe hero and the magic hero or something, or the jewel hero. I don't know.
No, wait, what?
Little blue hair.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The one with the crystals.
The jewel thing.
Who's the mage person?
The jewel. Remember, she does the jewel thing.
Yeah, that's the 3 of them.
The jewel.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. You referenced 4 people.
Yeah, and I was just bringing up their names.
Oh, pretty much.
That's all I was doing. I was just referencing their names.
Okay.
I don't want to say it's bad without knowing everything, but I'm not liking the direction. That's all I can say.
Because they kind of ruined again the bromance, and I wouldn't have minded if it was just like, hey, they just come from a different country that they're dealing with the waves.
Yeah.
And that would have been fine. They don't have to do this alternate universe bullshit. What if they just came from the China equivalent of this world? You know? What if they were over there? Fine.
But then it's like,
what the fuck are you doing?
If there's a parallel universe that's fighting each other, then it's like, is the very end of this whole thing is like, why are they fighting each other? Oh, how are we going to get all 8 of these characters together so they can fight the biggest bad guys? Like, again, why is this just a rewrite of Fire Emblem Fates?
Why is it just a rewrite of Gorilla Gone?
What?
You know, she's teaming up with the Virals eventually, or the...
That's just the one character.
Or the Beast or whatever.
Well, you're just inferring that. You're assuming that's going to happen.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure.
I think with my gig of brain,
I'll be honest, this show stopped becoming pretty deep, and I think we're going into a generic...
Yeah. It's funny, I would have been
said... Melty.
Yeah.
Who is this person?
Anyways,
the second princess.
We'll get to her. Hold on. Just fucking. Spoiler. Where'd he go? I put him in here.
Where are you going?
There he is.
Yeah, there he is. This guy, he's cool.
I like him.
Sorry, Melty. We'll get to you soon. But
and she's cute.
Since we're already on this topic.
Yeah.
It's just that like, listen, I'm not a Fujoshi. You know,
I don't.
But okay.
Fujoshis are girls who are overly hyped about yaoi and anime.
Oh. No, because this is different.
But like, I always love bromances in anime because I think they're better than waifu bait or like, you know, romances because I think they're just cooler. There's a better dynamic, you know.
Because you just don't see good ones in like your stereotypical animes anymore.
It's not very often. I can only think of a few bromances I really like. Yeah. But that's, you know, I feel this was gonna be built up to one, but it just
which would have been really cool.
Well, it has to have a twist.
Because his whole gimmick is like, you know what, Naofumi, every single time I think about doing something, you always one up the idea and you're always interesting. When he said you're always interesting to me, it's like, no. When Naofumi said that he's always
me off.
Yeah, he throws me off. He's so interesting. It's like, yeah, because he's something different,
right?
God, I hate that the only competent male in the show is just the bad person, or in the bad side.
Yeah.
Although it's just like, oh wow, they did bring up like, they did a fire thing, but then they're trying to save the people. So it seems like they don't want to hurt the people, but they also want to save the world. And it seems like, what happens if they win? Is the world the Cardinal Heroes Protect destroyed? I don't know. It seems like it works for them that if they lose, the world destroyed.
Most of it's going to be speculating, and I really want to get into that.
Yeah.
But I mean, what else can you do? They were literally slapped into the last season or the last episode, so
literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. sword hero just should have been like the bro, and I would have been satisfied with that, you know.
I do like, however, the fact that this guy uses his scythe like a staff.
Yeah, get me some Maka energy.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm saying energy a lot. Whatever. It's my thing now. It's my meme.
Whatever.
Yes.
I also like the fact that she has Naofumi craft a weapon for her.
Oh yeah, which made her better.
Yeah.
Made her a harder enemy.
The irony.
Ironic. Anyways, I think we said them quite a bit.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Melty.
Who is this person?
Which is again the whole reason why I thirst the romance. Shout out to Poe and Finn. Anyways, no wait. Yes, Poe and Finn.
Yeah,
anyways,
you're right.
Melty.
Sure.
You guys want to say anything? Because I'm trying to think of something.
I have nothing to say about her.
I'm sure there's something. Just get the train going.
I kind of like her.
Why another girl?
Why another lolly girl?
Why a royal?
I don't mind. I don't mind that. I think it act like it's an extra dynamic. Who cares?
Yeah, and also it makes her see shit she hasn't seen. She's like, oh my god. Because she sees like the slavery shit, and she's like, "Wow, this is appalling."
Yeah, man. She's the Bernie Sanders of this world.
Wow.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know how I made that connection, but roll with it.
I'm here for your emotional support.
Like,
I'm no longer asking.
I think she's fine.
Ah man, yeah, that's it.
I just don't even know what she brings to the table.
Honestly, I have more to say about the Queen than her.
I know.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
Because she's hot.
I mean, I guess
Really
I guess it
that.
sucks that she's overly naive about her sister.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. She knows. She knows.
Yeah,
she
you're
knows.
right.
Well,
Because her sister's such an open book.
no, but she doesn't get it at first.
What
She speculates it, but she's like, oh no, she wouldn't do that. And then and then at that moment when they're at the chasm, they're like, you're really trying to kill me, aren't you? And she's like, duh, and then sends a
Yes.
fireball down to her.
Yes.
Like, yes, I'm actually trying to kill you.
She kind of just reinforces the problems that I have with the cast. It's just like if you're not enough Fumi, you're a boy, you suck.
But if you're a girl and would know for you're cool.
And especially if you're a lolly.
Yes.
Christ. But yeah, I don't know. I felt she was just kind of an addition to the cast. She didn't really bring too much to the table as far as dynamics go. She brought in a little more.
I am, however, glad that she came and left.
Yes, very much so.
Well, she has her goals and position to do, you know?
That's not the point. The fact that she that she was here and then she was gone, that's what I like the most, because
Oh, you don't want to deal with her anymore?
exactly. Well, not dealing with that, is just dealing with the continuous dynamic of who wants Naofumi the most.
Yeah,
Oh my god, even she got at the end.
Yeah, she did.
Again,
Absolutely.
building the harem. Maybe not the end, like midway through.
I don't even get mad at Naofumi at that, because it just happens. It's just the writer's like, yeah, I gotta do this. I'm like, God, stop that.
There was a moment where he was just walking out of the castle after he got all the praise and respect from the kingdom, and then so she runs from the freaking the royal chambers all the way out into the courtyard just to say goodbye to Naofumi.
Yeah, and you know, there are shows that can handle a lot of characters and still do a good job with them. Hence, Log Horizon.
And not
You know, then there are some shows like Log Horizon, or not Log Horizon, like Sword Art Online, who can handle any characters and make them good.
that's fair.
Shield Hero does the same. Where I think I saw their limit. It's 2 characters.
It's 2.
That's it.
Yeah.
Every 2 pairing is better off than any multiple pairing.
They can't make it work beyond that because Raftilia and Shield Hero worked.
Yes.
You know, that's great.
You had your sword and shield, and that was your foil.
And once I feel when this writer starts adding one more character to any dynamic, really, it starts to throw off. Actually, the dynamic between the what's it called, the Scythe Hero and the Jewel Hero,
Yeah.
they work.
That was a good dynamic, but when you put the fan hero in there, it's like, wow, you just threw this up because it did not line up.
Well,
Spear
I don't blame that on like the character. I blame it on more on the writing of like why.
Exactly, but like it's like you got the 2 hero, you got the Jewel Hero and you got the Scythe Hero. They fit, but right when like you insert the fan hero, it's like that just did not line up. Yeah, it's like both of their ideologies were completely off, and it's like,
Is it there? I don't know.
Melty and Fido, they work.
Yeah.
it would have been amazing if they were just.
I like them as friends. They really care about you, and I appreciate it. It gives Fido something else besides like, oh wow, Naofumi's so cool.
It would have been very interesting if they lost Fido and Melty to the Queen of the Chocobos just for like a couple episodes.
Oh, my computer's acting up.
Oh,
My
no.
mic's gonna pick that up.
Yeah.
Kino.
Oh no, it's breathing. But then it's like we could just have the ability to breathe without the constant montage of like first Reptilia has to say something about Naofumi and then Fido and then Melty and then recycle that for the next 5 minutes.
Oh boy, I love A Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Hero Academia's better show than this.
I was just talking about like juggling a lot of characters. Hero
I
Academia.
know a lot of shit about the manga.
Here, I can see Hero Academia. Same thing. I can see Hero Academia is limited with characters.
Yes,
it's
it does.
5 characters.
Is it?
Yes. Hero Academia's.
I like the confidence.
At least dynamic.
Like, I'm a writer.
Dynamic wise. Well, I've researched some things, so I like to think. I did the 3. I think I'm the most confident.
Yeah,
to be fair,
good.
Hector, I think the best dynamic that I've ever written was 3 to 4, and that 4 is pushing it because when you start adding on people, it gets really tiring to have to work around everyone.
I don't know. I think I always like I see patterns. I think because I'm really like critical. And you know what? I'm not gonna fucking go about myself. This is fucking retarded.
Oh no, are we patting ourselves on the back?
Yeah, I'm not trying to say.
I'm sucking my dick a little bit.
I'm trying to use the word I. I'm like I don't like using that.
We.
I don't want to use them. Wotashis and Bokus and Ore or whatever. Anyways, yeah, man. I just fucking don't. Melt. I don't like. I don't want to say Melty. Fido's the start of the problem. Melty's just kind of like the extra topping.
Yeah.
I think she's a fine character that doesn't that's like an interesting position in the world that doesn't add much to the group dynamic and kind of aggravates the problem.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't have anything. I have nothing against her really.
It's pretty much what Derek said. It's just once it's better. She's better than Fido because she's actually out.
Yes. When
she has interesting
returns,
shit to say.
when she returns to the castle and she's by her mom's side, that's when she's the best person. That's when she actually has a dynamic to her. But right when she's by Naofumi's side, she's just another girl.
The most interesting female.
Sometimes.
The most interesting Melty is like how she acts super formal at first, and then she kind of becomes like a girl, like a young girl Fido in the group, and then kind of becomes that, and then does it accidentally the group dynamic she had to the mom. The mom's like, oh wow, I didn't notice this new side of me. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's a good moment.
She has like a little growing.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, I have to scrap her shit here.
Right. Anyways, if we bring up Melty again, I mean, we brought up Fido up now.
She likes to use water.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go to the next character. Yeah,
Sure.
Blacksmith was really cool.
I liked him.
He was a bro.
Yeah,
Like
the
I
closest
said.
thing, he was very like spread thin, unfortunately.
Yeah. He was the closest.
He was like Sprinkle.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't there a lot, but when I saw him, I was like, yes.
I think you can catch on to this, Hector. He's the closest character that you can relate to as to a good coworker.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that
you know what? That's a good point.
like that coworker that you're like, you know what? If I'm gonna drudge through this day and I'm not feeling good, and then you meet with that person, you're like, you know what? At least I can make it through today.
You're Devin, so yeah, fuck the kids, you know.
Yeah.
It's weird to think that Devin's both my coworker and a longtime friend.
It happens.
It's weird thinking about
It
that.
happens like that.
And
So
the
to
longtime
see-
friend thing came first. If it was the opposite way around,
That'd
I'd
be
be like whatever.
weird. I mean, it happens.
But yeah, anyways, outside of our un-isekai adventure, yeah, I mean, I think Blacksmith was really needed first because he was like,
He was the one who was like, you know, kid, you kind of messed up what you did, but hey, I'm gonna help you out a little bit.
he gave him a chance.
Yes, I appreciate him.
I kind of wish we got some little backstories, like why does he trust them? So I was like, is there some relatability behind it? Like,
I never really thought about it because it never really bothered me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it would have been nice to have.
it's
that's
just a
fair.
little something.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he just wasn't as big as the church thing, although they never brought that up in the first 4 episodes.
Yeah, again, I wish we don't need a whole dedicated episode to
His black.
Well, you just want like a
his black story, his backstory.
Yes, his backstory.
what do you want, like a sentence or like a scene?
I want like 5 minutes. Not 5, not even 5, just 2 minutes of
A
him.
good
Like,
flashback.
my wife did this, or like I used to do this back in the
Like,
day.
oh
or-
shucks, I really relate to this kid because I've been shit on in life.
Yeah, something like that. Just a little more, you know.
It's kind of a problem where I'm like, oh, that's not. I never really saw it as a problem.
It's not a huge problem.
Like, never really thought about it. Never really something I really registered.
I just think it would have been
Because
nice.
I just liked him. I was like, he's a cool guy.
I just think it would have been nice, you know. Just
I
an
suppose,
extra.
but I don't think I needed it personally.
Yeah, I don't think I needed it either. I'm just saying it would have been nice.
Just a little bit more sprinkles.
He's just Sprinkles. I really like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, not much to say.
He's neat.
That's kind of like, it's kind of like the do. It's just cool.
Neat.
Yeah, it's cool. Not much to say, but he's cool. Probably because we're a fan of these type of characters, but whatever. And if he gets brought up again, we'll bring it up. I did like that moment where Nafumi left the 5 pennies equivalent on his desk.
Yeah, because he wanted to pay him back. That was cool.
He's like, don't worry, I'll pay you back one day. And he's just like,
God,
how many discounts can this guy give?
I have to say something about Nofumi that kind of annoyed me, but it makes sense. Where he has this tendency of being a fucking dick, even though he doesn't mean it.
Yeah.
Like Reptilia's like, are you trying to make them hate you? I feel like it's just a reaction to how he was portrayed or owned so hard in the first 4 episodes that he kind of wants to distance himself from everyone except for certain people. Obviously,
it's relatable.
Yeah, I've heard. It kind of irked me at times, but I'm like, I like it.
It's better than your average isekai character.
Right. But it felt like obviously he wasn't being completely genuine to himself. Somewhat, he kind of was.
I saw the build up. It was okay.
Yeah,
and he was only really aggressive towards certain characters after the episode 21.
Yeah, it kind of annoyed me. I wouldn't say it's even a problem. It's just a kind of thing that irked me.
A little nitpick.
Yeah, a little nitpick. I wouldn't say it's even a big problem.
Well, it's very easy to nitpick on the show.
Any show you could do, honestly.
Actually, if Fate Zero is the best show ever. Anyways,
it's an easy nitpick.
Yeah, there's a lot of nitpicks. Anyways, let's see if we got anything. Okay, let's get to it. I got the perfect picture, didn't I?
I got an arc to talk about this girl.
All right, I think Derek should go for it. BB. Anyways,
do you know what this is?
No.
This is the Chinese equivalent to YouTube. I used Billy Billy. I used Billy Billy an entire week when I was in China.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Good lord.
Shout out to Chinese SpongeBob.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
I'll show you later.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
I think it's Vietnamese SpongeBob that you're talking about.
Do you want to drink your water first?
I did drink the water.
But before you do your rant? Or you
I thought you said Derek was gonna go first.
No, did I say Derek by accident again?
As always.
I did that. I did that thing again.
All right, Devin, all of you. The stage is yours.
Okay, I'm gonna add. This is gonna pretty much be the first princess / the king rant / the church rant.
Yeah.
I'll pretty much build off to what you're saying because I have very similar feelings.
Absolutely.
Okay. In a weird, twisted way, I do, quote unquote, like the first princess, but because
as a character,
kind of, because she's such a fucking bitch. She's such a presence. For the first 4 episodes, everything after her big fuck you onwards, in those first few episodes, I just got mad when I saw her.
Yeah.
Which I can't say that with a lot of characters, honestly. With their presence alone just irritates the shit on me. And I'm like, bravo, writer! Holy shit, you made a despicable character. Mm-hmm. And even it got to a point where I wasn't even mad anymore. I just got annoyed. I'm just like, go away.
Yeah.
Go away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Every single time that she.
That was very quick, by the way. Episode 7 with the little race. That's when I was like, go away.
No, episode 7
I'm saying
was
that's a good thing.
Yes.
Episode 7 was the hot springs.
8, 9, whatever. You get the point.
Somewhere in there, 5, 6.
But yeah, every single time that she just went towards the spirit hero, I deep down inside, I'm like, I want her gone.
Every time she said Masumi-sama or some shit, I just got angry. Which I think is great, because it gave me...
Masumi-sama?
Or not, I don't know. I don't know how to say her name. The spirit hero's name.
Oh, spirit hero. That's his name.
Yeah, he had a name, but I don't care.
To be fair,
every time
no, they didn't.
Kind of. And for a while, I was like, yeah, she's probably one of my favorite characters in the ironic sense. I hate her guts so much, but I'm so I was kind of invested every time she was there.
Yeah.
Because she was always, and I mean always, trying to fuck over Shield Hero for no for no real good reason. I mean, except for there was just a negative bias.
I think she's a sadist for sure.
Yes.
She's definitely a sadist.
And like her mom said, a pathological liar.
Yep.
Which has kind of been proved.
Was it a compulsive liar? Whatever.
Pathological. That's the dub sub I got. But what really changed my perspective on the princess, and so with the king too, was when the Pope was like, "Hey guys, I'm actually evil, and I actually was the one that set up everything."
My God, that
Fucker.
was this guy.
And
this was a hop, skip, and a fucking beat too, because he was only seen one other time.
There was episode 4, and the time Nafu was like, "I gotta go get the holy water for the curse."
I didn't even remember episode
That's
4.
2 times.
And then this time, it's why?
And beyond,
I think he left off an impression with me though.
like,
I knew that he was going to be important later, but I didn't know that this was going to be his
I didn't know
Religion bad.
Like,
Religion bad. It's just Final Fantasy X.
Like,
Japanese.
hold on. I said that when I told you about my complaint, but Final Fantasy X did it better. Because
well, duh. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that it's the same reference, and also I'm the first one that said it to Hector.
yeah, because like at least with 10, you get the church is all you know.
Yeah.
It's so vocal.
That's the whole story.
It's so vocal and important, and it's so weird that it's so important here, but you don't even mention it all in the first 4 episodes.
Nope. The fact that the cardinal, the
I mean, at least there's sprinkles of like, oh, that's weird that they only don't have the shield hero.
His sword, check it out. Here's his pendant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, what? And like, you get that 4th channel with the shadows like, hey, look at this. This is gonna be important later. Here you go, shield hero.
Quest item.
I'm like, okay, I don't know what the hell this is. And then people are starting to talk about the religions, like, yeah, I'm very devoted to the 3 heroes cult. Like, what the hell is even the 3 heroes cult? I mean, I know it's probably worshiping 3 heroes. That's obvious. But they talk about their god. Who the hell is their god?
I think it's just the reference to the god. It's like there is no specific name to it. It's just God.
Like,
It's like our god, you know, just
what?
the god.
Yeah.
What does the god have to do with the 3 heroes?
Everything,
It's
because God is good, God is everywhere.
And if
Like-
this is supposed to be a video game isekai or just like a whatever, what is it that the god does? Was it that he just created the universe, or? But then if so, if he's the one who did anything, then what's the split with the multiverse? Is it his fault? Is it just the people's fault? Is it unnatural? It's like when you start bringing divinity into a show that has multiple universes, it's kind of like, is it the fact that the god made the multiverse, or is it the god?
Well,
the
don't worry,
god,
the
one
comic
universe?
The god might not
doesn't know
even be real.
Exactly.
It might not even real. But like, I don't even mind that. I don't even mind if it's real or not. I just want an explanation.
Yeah, I'm just nitpicking.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
like-
saying.
My big problem with the church is they ruined the impact of the princess and the king because they were manipulated by them, by an underdeveloped group who I have no idea what their motives are, besides the Pope who just wanted power and gave excuses of why he could be able to do so, and that's it.
Yep.
I mean, at least his reasonings for the 3 heroes was decent. I was like, okay, but beyond that, I'm like, what? Why? I guess he's just a dick. Who,
for me,
who doesn't care.
For me, it doesn't irk me that much because I felt like, don't get me wrong, I get your irks and they do bother me, but they don't like fucking stab it as hard. Like I don't feel the stab as much, you know. Like this is a magic attack, and you're a fucking fortress knight. I'm fine. I'm a priest, so
Like,
I take some damage, but whatever.
Like, I wouldn't even have a problem with the church if at least they were more developed. I don't even care if everything was the same. At least there were more baggage about them. I wouldn't even mind so much because I don't like the idea of developed characters being manipulated by undeveloped characters, taking away the impact and be like, well, what the hell?
And you're completely right.
Which
Honestly.
why it's 21 so hollow? Because it's just like, well, the big problems are even solved. Like,
And
it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, they're just morons. The king and the princess are just dumb morons who just hate. They were always were in a way.
Yeah.
But kind of always were in common and morons, I guess is the point.
Yeah, I mean, but like,
But it's kind of like
they don't feel like a threat anymore.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to you're trying to continuously push the idea that they're bad people. It's like we already know they're bad.
I don't mind if they're not a threat anymore. It's just like I think there's a certain point where the season could have ended and that's it. They could have just been background, you know, whatever. Like I'm fine with it. And honestly, it felt that way, which is why it doesn't bother me as much probably because I already see them as background art. The arc is complete. It's gone. Bye bye.
Like,
would have been nice if
maybe
it just
it
ended
bothers
the
me
season.
because their whole like, it felt like they weren't even in control in a way. I mean, they kind of were.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
don't
just-
worry. I felt it with the fucking their YouTube editing skills.
I can't believe it.
Oh,
Yeah, that fucking over with the YouTube editing. Like,
Oh my
all right, let's add some some Photoshop in here, make sure that Naofumi looks evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh my god.
maybe I'm wrong, but didn't they just say like the church, like yeah, the church helped them out with all that shit, pretty much?
They made little references here and there. Like there was reference to the 3 cardinal heroes, so you know, kind of made you think a little bit, not too hard. Don't get me wrong. Church, super undeveloped. Whatever though, there was just a reason for Naofumi to finally get back at, you know, the king. Yeah.
I also hate how they had to fight the Pope for like 2 or 3 episodes. I just did not care about the fight because they just had to deal with this fucking prick.
Because it was the continuous thing, like, oh, the god has to get rid of the devil, the shield hero. It's like, first of all, he didn't even give himself that name. Everyone else did. So It's like, if he's just standing there like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Derek, do you want to bring up anything with Slut and Trash by any chance?
Just the fact that their names, like, I like that whole comeuppance thing that they got.
I was kind of like, whoa, really? And yes,
it's
they
funny.
stuck to it.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm gonna go on a bit on my own rant about these two.
The king, most of all, I despise.
Yeah,
I despise
agree.
him most of all out of every single character, even more than whatever the first princess's name is, and more than the Pope, because everything is his fault. Everything is on him, because the whole gimmick of the 4 heroes is the fact that they're supposed to be summoned from a different world and different cardinal spots of their area.
Different countries,
Yeah.
And he got agreed.
Because that's the name of the game, is that they're the cardinal heroes. They should be summoned from the north, east, south, and west. He, on the other hand, got fucking trigger happy and summoned all 4 in one area.
Was that because of him or because the church said, hey, do that?
No, he did it. He just did it.
I don't remember.
I don't remember if it was just all on him or was the church influenced him. I can't remember.
Nope, the church had nothing to do with it. It was just him. But the church got the idea to get the weapon, the stupid Ulta weapon that's stupid.
Yeah.
That thing's stupid.
It was stupid. I got a sword, a spear, and a bow. What about the shield? It's the 3 cardinal church. Fuck off.
Whatever.
But it's like, they only got the idea to get the weapon because they found out that the heroes themselves were incompetent.
Which
But
they were kind of right.
Yes, but it was him who got trigger happy and just summoned them all. Because he couldn't wait. But then...
Which caused a shitstorm, which is why the Queen was all away for most of the series.
Major shitstorm. That's why when the Queen was like, we have to have him executed because he broke the biggest law possible, which was don't summon them all in one spot.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
The reason why they were supposed to never be together is because they were all supposed to be separated and learn and then come together only during the waves.
Yeah,
the fact that you summon them together at all means that you immediately started to have diversity, and it's kind of like what Naofumi said. So I was like, if I was summoned in the shield place, where basically the shield guy was praised by all the demi-humans, like, so if I was summoned there, none of this shit would have happened.
Right.
She's
Yeah,
like,
none.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like...
All his fault.
It would have been Adventure of Shield Hero, not the Rising of the Shield Hero.
Yeah, because like...
or it would have been like...
Roctelia dies.
Or it would have been... It would have been like Wave of the Cardinal Heroes or something. It would have been a completely different story.
Like... At first, for the first 4 episodes or so, I'm like, why the fuck do they hate the Shield so much? Like, I just didn't get it. Because it felt like it's counterintuitive to do so. But, like, later on I had to write my own reasons, like, oh, they're the human superiority country, and the Shield Hero is loved by demi-humans, so that's why they don't like him. Also, the king has personal baggage that we never know. He doesn't tell us.
Eventually.
My family!
Yeah.
Can't take away my family!
Well, because remember, when he got into... when he got the throne after wife left for vacation, when he got to the throne, they immediately ravaged the demi-human area.
Yeah,
and
that's right. That's right.
Yep. So, like, for some ungodly reason, he just really doesn't like the demi-humans. Well, probably never know why until season
9 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last episode.
I'm gonna go my own little mini rant for a second.
He was also on fuckface.
Yeah. Alright, so first of all, I want to say one thing about the Pope, because you pretty much summarized what he said. The one thing I do like about the Pope is his manner of speaking, because I can feel the charisma come off of him.
Yeah.
And that's something I really liked about the Pope. He had that charisma energy. He had, and in episode 10, when he first showed up, I felt he had that forgiving hope attitude.
Yeah, it was kind of weird how he's like really chill with Shield Hero. It's like, hey man, don't skim out on holy water. We gotta give him nice ass holy water. And he did actually.
Yeah.
I guess he just wasn't merciful enough, and he got a little angry about that. But also, he was a Shield Hero.
Yeah. I liked him with that. Anyways, that's all I wanted to bring up. I don't want to. I don't want to try the same ground again. So, okay.
Bitch face.
Again, I'm gonna avoid treading the same ground, but I like her for the same reasons that Devin does. But
she's a really good, well-written bad person.
Yes, correct. So, the arc that I really wanted from her is I wanted her to eventually become an unstable ally. Because at a certain point, I was hoping the church would fuck her over so hard. I wanted the Pope to disappear for a few episodes and the Pope be the final boss at episode 26. And I wanted her to be so mad that the church fucked her over that she would become sort of like an ally working with Nafumi, even though she doesn't like him.
Or that they just don't like each other.
I was hoping for a small redemption, not a redemption, but like a little resurgence. And I would hope she would at least not be warmer, but less cold. And I think it would have been a little better, you know?
And like the fact like, oh, my sister can trust him, so why can't I?
Mm-hmm. That's correct. And, but honestly, like, as Stefan said, just, but kicked out.
I don't think I ever really wanted that. I don't think I could ever really redeem her, personally.
Right.
Like, all I really wanted was just to get her comeuppance with her still, like...
And she almost did.
Yeah.
Like, she got her comeuppance and shit like that. It just... She lost the venom before that happened, and that's what killed it for me.
All right, to avoid retreading ground, I'm going to go quickly through these. And for the king, a similar reason. More or less than Matilda, I wanted him to actually start tolerating Shield Hero at a certain point, because I felt the potential was there.
Yes.
And Melty was kind of pushing towards that.
Melty at a certain point was just like, why are you guys like this?
Correct, yeah. and I think the show was building up to that, and it would have been really good. But instead, it just thrown on the ground like, fuck it, I don't care.
They never attempted it. So, like, even Shield Hero was like, I could kill you if I wanted to, but I'm not.
Yes, and then they say they need each other, and I'm like, great, there's an arc. Work together. You guys don't have to like each other, and that's fine. But they didn't do that. This whole fucking family shit. The king potential out.
Yeah, once the queen gets in, like, the queen's like totally chill. It's like, yeah, I can help you. And she's basically like what the king should have been the whole time.
Yeah.
Right. So, to summarize the two, here's a summary point. Here's what I want to talk about with you all three. I like how we all have a different reaction towards the episode 2 execution scene, quote unquote.
Yeah.
How Devin has fear at a certain point. Derek has agreement and hype, and I have cringe.
That's fair.
Derek, Devin, do you want to explain how you felt about the execution scene?
I felt like I fell for the show because the show kind of implied like, hey, this is not a good thing. This is not how to solve it. Come on, don't do this. I think I fell for the show because I'm like, maybe it isn't good because it felt like in a way because they're so not a framework, it wasn't worth it. It felt like it was too much because they were like, what the fuck could they do now? Honestly. And to be fair, later on, she tried to do shit.
Yes.
The girl.
Which,
honestly, was really weird. Like, why is she not locked up?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, she still has a slave crest. Well, I guess that's the solution.
We'll get to that later.
Derek.
I felt a lot of hype and agreement with it because I was like, yeah, for the execution because it's like, I like the idea of just...
Her crying.
Yeah, that was fun. Because like I like the idea of just someone doing so much harm to another person and then just finally just getting it all back.
Right.
All in one sitting, which was public execution by her mom with her father by the person that she fucked over in the first place.
I also have to comment. It also fits the show that they didn't go through with it because
of course.
Because they also didn't do that with the slaver guy because he got of his own stupidity basically.
Yes.
And Rough Taylor's basically, I don't want to be like you.
Yeah.
Like, so if they did execute her, they basically kind of be like her in a way, but not really. Actually,
it'd be like very hypocritical.
No, honestly, they had it upcoming.
I guess, but I really just didn't feel like it's justified in an
ironic sense. I don't think it's justified for the king. Maybe slut that she legitimately tried to murder her sister. And that's kind of shitty.
It is shitty.
But I don't know.
I'm not even
trying to kill the shield hero too.
I mean, I'm not. It's weird how I just didn't want it to happen. Like, I didn't even question myself, honestly.
Attempted murder is pretty bad.
But Hector, that kind of just revolves back to what Devin was
I
talking
honestly want her to live just so she just has to deal with the consequences of her actions of being can't do shit like that anymore.
But she has to. That's what she is now.
And yet
well, there's the slave crest there. Which,
yeah.
Although she was about to do something with the pie, but that didn't fold out
and
well.
it's weird, and yet you still don't kind of dislike her presence. And after that episode 21, it feels like you're saying that the thing you want to happen, but you don't like it.
What?
Like the thing already happened of her being useless or whatever, like her like dealing with her inferiority, and yet you're like, I don't like it. But do you want it or not?
Hold on.
No.
I'm confused by what the hell you're talking about.
Because what you want is the fact that her reality now is the fact that she has to live with the idea that she has to that she has to regain all the respect.
Like no.
No, is that she has to like live her life like throughout humility, kind of like how she did with Naofumi.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is like before she was taken out, or maybe I don't know. Like I'm always confused by my brands.
Anyways, you can think about that. I want to finish this because I remember I got fucking work tomorrow and it's almost 11 and I don't want to go too long about this.
Yeah.
Anyways, so as for me, I was cringing super hard because I felt the whole slut thing and the whole bitch thing.
Yeah, that was a little much.
Cringe!
No, you cringe. I think that's good because it's just public humility.
Yeah, I was.
It's just a little. It's too on the nose.
I was kind of.
That's the point.
It's too on the nose.
It's the point.
I don't have to like it.
That's fair.
I don't care if it's on the nose or not, man. Like, or like that's the point. I just don't fucking like it. It is so cringy. You're like, hey guys, slut guys, right?
Yeah, it was a little much, but I don't.
And everyone was like, laugh track.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like a Family Guy episode.
Don't wake up the demon.
Like back to my thing. Like, I wish she was declawed a little later, but once she was declawed, like, I wanted to stay like declawed and maybe just suffer. That's all.
Well, she is suffering now.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I wanted. And I kind of got it now, but I just didn't like the timing of her just being declawed and being kind of humiliated.
Sure. I guess the build-up was the ending to her arc wasn't good for you. It seems same thing. With the
yeah,
king.
like it was just the Pope thing.
Anyways, more characters. I don't know how much we can say about the Queen besides her weird flashback with the previous Shield hero that we never got much of because she's got memory loss.
No.
Convenient.
I think she's cute.
She's Tiki without tits, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have much to say.
Yeah.
She's fine.
It's a fun character.
That thick boy.
I love the fact that her whole taking off her feather and then putting into Shield Hero's shield never came up.
Nah.
Ever again.
I've missed soon, I think. I think they're...
I don't mind that. It's probably going to come up later.
Probably, but it's going to be like, oh hey, I remember when that happened.
Yeah, so apparently she has terminal cancer that will last her for 300 years. And she wants probably, that's kind of it, apparently.
Sure.
She seems to have very distrusting of humans, which I find interesting because Phil is like super into humans right now. So
Yeah.
wondering how that goes.
I like her idea, the fact that she's so overpowered that she even said that, hey, if you don't make up with the Cardinal Heroes, I'm just gonna kill you.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
Although she says, like, soon enough, I'm not going to be able to do this. Even now, I can't do all this by myself.
I think she's holding a lot of answers that she probably doesn't remember.
Well, yeah. Yeah, of course.
So, I don't know.
So she's definitely going to be a prominent character in next season.
I don't know about prominent, but I think she's going to get brought up at least.
Of course.
But yeah, not really much to say about her. I think she was a decent little arc of answers or questions to be brought up, mostly with Naofumi, but I didn't care much about the fetal thing. They said like, here's a class upgrade of her version thing, whatever.
Cool.
But anyways.
Pseudo class upgrade.
Yeah.
Until she got a real one later.
Right. Anyways, not gonna bring up too much unless she brings it up later. The Queen.
She hot.
So
definite MILF material.
Thank you, Kakuri. Very cool. Anyways, okay, one of my favorite things about her is I always love her manner of speaking. She's got this like cool rhythm to her. I guess you watched the dub. Idiot.
I didn't watch the dub.
All three of us watched the sub version.
Never mind.
I never really thought about her speech pattern being different. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough.
I don't know. I always thought she had a really cool like thing to it. She's got a nice beat into it. Anyways, it's interesting that she has like she had a lot of answers to fucking bullshit. She was basically the episode 21, where it's like, all right, here's everything. Pull out the whole trial, the whole fucking spiel.
I like that trial though.
And I think it's kind of interesting.
I did like the aspect of 21 because it just shows like, ooh, wow, oof.
Yeah.
Because that slave crash scene was pretty good.
Yeah.
All things considered.
She pretty much just pulled out the lore of the whole cardinal heroes, the countries, don't pull them out, like all these things. And I think
it was really good exposition dumping. Like there's a lot of shows that just are bad with exposition dumping. Like they just throw it all in the first like 10 minutes of the episode. But it's like that one did it well.
All this lore dumping was built up.
Yes.
We wanted answers and we had.
We
wanted all this questions.
But now we
had questions and we answered. Okay.
Yes.
Anyways, but yeah, I don't know. Geez, I thought I was going to talk more about her. But I think we already covered episode 21 so extensively that I think she's kind of already played her part.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool.
She's strong. Holy shit.
Yeah,
she was so strong. She was able to break through the barrier and freeze the Pope. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, the entire cathedral's just gone.
Well, not even that. She went through the cathedral,
Is that right?
Yeah, and Pope was like, what? And then they basically botched that attempt to murder him because I guess he was trying to go rage shield, and that didn't quite work.
So in this world, apparently, at least in this country, I guess women are more competent because it's a matriarchy.
Sure.
Yeah, I just accept it.
I mean, sure, but I was like, I guess, but it seems a little out there because I'm like, I don't see this reflected much on the day-to-day world,
It's whatever.
I don't really.
It's just story writing.
I didn't really think about it much.
It's just a little.
Sure.
I don't know that kanji. That means queen. Anyways, yeah, man. It's I also kind of find it kind of cute how she fucking like was fawning over the fetal thing or whatever. The little.
I liked it, but I also think that was too much. But I don't have a really big problem.
It was one moment and she broke a little, and that's all I needed.
Yeah, it's like fair. I'm like, it gives her connection. Like, oh yeah, mother like daughter.
Yeah, when Melty was like, oh yeah, I got to ride on the Chocobo Queen. She's like, oh, that's my dream. Anyway, yeah.
Despite having more screen time, Melty with Nafumi is probably the weakest, while I think Melty with her mom or Firo are probably the better.
Yes,
I
like her with Firo the most because you can really feel that they're close.
It's like Stu and Poppy.
Yeah, I would agree.
But I like it when she's with her mom because
that's Monster Musume more than I thought I would.
A couple times,
But when she's with when Melty's with her mom, she just gets a lot more like the royal dynamic.
It's kind of like it's kind of like a father and son kind of relationship.
That's a mother-daughter.
It's a mother and daughter. Yeah.
It's
not about trying to raise her with being a good housewife. It's more about like, all right, this is gonna be your job, son or daughter, I guess.
Dude.
Do that, bro. Anyways, next character. All right.
Yeah.
Who else is next, by the way? Just two. Okay.
Sure.
So, all right. Slavery good?
Slavery useful.
Did we fight the whole Civil War for nothing? I mean, come on, guys.
Like, this guy is really weird because he's such a slime bag, but he's so like apparent about it. Like,
he's a very good gray character.
Yeah.
He doesn't deny the fact that he's a slave driver.
I don't even think he's like. I know he's a bad guy, but he's not a complete dick. I just see him as an opportunist.
Yes, absolutely.
Geez, what's the bottom right side to the economic, like the little, what's it called? The little square thing where there's like the liberal, there's the fascist, the communist. What's that other triangle one? The libertarian?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's something like that. But anyways, he's hardcore where he's just like, yeah, man, you gotta invest in capitalism, bro.
Yeah. So much so that he even used Reptilia as capitalism.
If he lived in the real world right now, man, he would be buying so much toilet paper from when he first heard about the coronavirus and just sell it for fucking 20 times more the price.
I'm hoping this is not going to be mentioned.
Anyways, sorry guys. This is probably irrelevant in 20 years. We're all dead or this is a dead meme. Anyways.
Or both.
Or both. But yeah. Is slavery good? Because it helped a lot.
It's useful. We can never say that it's good because it's what started Reptilia's whole problem. But it's useful because with the trial, it's what literally got Naofumi off the hook of everything.
Like, I feel like he's a good businessman because he doesn't even treat Naofumi really bad.
No, in fact, he likes him a lot.
Yeah.
He's like, hey,
you're a good customer.
Since you're a good customer, I'm going to give you a little discount on this.
Yep.
Like, he's trying to treat him right, relatively, anyways.
Yeah. It just like it really makes me think
because it's so weird how he's so scummy, but he's like kind of okay.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Because he gives...
His scumminess helps Naofumi.
Because he gives Naofumi Reptilia, and then Fido, and he gives him a discount off of Fido's egg.
Reptilia would have died.
Yes.
Yeah, well, Naofumi did that.
And then after Naofumi got effed over by the church and is like, you're not allowed to advance your classes, he went to this guy and is like, hey, how do I do this? He's like, I don't know how to tell you this, but like I can't do that, but I can tell you how to get to someone that can.
Normally I would make you pay for this, but you're such a Chad and you've been helping me out lately, I'll give you this for free.
He's the guy that literally opens up our world. Because he lays out the map and is like, you gotta go to this place. Like, there's more.
There's either like Silverin or this other place. You're gonna know them.
Shieldera.
Or Shieldfrieden.
Yeah, Shieldfrieden. I love it. It's so on the nose.
Oh, yeah.
Like Christ.
But it's like, and then all of the crests that he uses, it's like, they're useful in some other way. Because it stops Philo from being a dumbass. It encourages...
Philo's so dumb, though.
Of course. But it encouraged Reptilia to do stuff. I don't know.
Although that was mostly just used for episode 414, which is fine.
But again, it's quote unquote useful.
Yeah. I hope in the final episode, like if we ever get to one, you see him like the whole final battle and everything, and he just releases the fucking werewolf.
Yeah, the level 74
we
beast.
saw him second time, 75.
Yeah.
Although by now, Naofumi was like around that level.
Was it 75?
I think he left off at 70 if I recall.
Some reason in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, slavery very useful in this. Reptilia would have died. Rafio would have never been born.
He's a useful asset who is not a complete dick, and I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah. I like.
Because it feels like he never really screws him over. Not really.
No, it doesn't.
He's fair.
He is fair.
Yeah.
In fact, he actually pushes a lot of stuff towards Naofumi's favor.
Like
he gives him a lot of discounts.
He's a good businessman because he doesn't try to fuck over his customers because it's an asset to him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He builds trust with his customers.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal businessman.
So, enslaved slavery bad, capitalism slavery good.
Mm-hmm.
Big question mark. Big gray area.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on the person who buys it, of course. Like, the practice itself, it's, like, kind of immoral.
Also, this is anime, so we're not seeing the fucking people being worked to death with whips.
Yep.
So, whatever.
Actually,
there was 1 second we saw that, but that was
with the demi-human kids being yelled at by that one guy.
Yeah, and then we see that in the flashbacks, but that's about it.
The fuck is this?
Childhood friend.
I was hoping he would eventually join the party because he seemed like an important character.
Can't wait for second season, eh?
Yeah.
But he's a male, so, who cares?
Never gonna happen. I would love to see the fact that...
Unless he ends up a trap, which it's pretty on par with,
with the freaking shirt, it's like, oh no. He could grow breasts at any time.
Oh my god, don't say that.
His class change was actually a gender swap.
Oh my god, don't say that.
Stop! Okay, anyway.
Sorry, I'm just giving the writer...
No.
Hey, this has already been written way before.
Anyways,
don't worry about
this character here
is useless.
More so just about the arc. I think we already kind of covered it pretty well in the Reptilia section.
Like, the character will probably show up more. I don't particularly mind them right now. I need to see more. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I guess they were childhood friends, whatever. I still wish Reptilia kind of started off with a lonely life, and I think it would have been more interesting to build up the friendship, but whatever. Anyways, I'm not gonna go over too much shit. So, one more character I really should talk about, which is Glass.
I gotta talk about... We talked about the reasons, like, Glass was like, oh, this is not great.
Right.
But, like, I liked her in the second wave, because at first, this first wave's relatively pretty easy. Once not by a hitch. No real big problems at all, honestly. And then then they bring the twist of the Glass hero, who completely owns them. And it's just like... And the only way they won the raid is just time out. We ran out of time,
which I liked.
Like, it made the waves more interesting because at first you thought they were kind of be fodder a little bit because the first one was so relatively easy, and then you're like, oh shit, this is a threat.
Yeah.
Like, I liked her in the second wave, but then the third wave is like actually other hero and bring up this whole moral dilemma that I do not particularly care for, but I don't want to say is bad yet. Like I said.
Right. So which makes me wonder what the fuck were the other two doing?
That's a good question.
I guess they were just off training.
I guess maybe it's an escalation for every new wave. I don't know. That's my guess right now.
Anyways, we're gonna stop speculating because we've done enough of that already.
Can't wait for season 2, Ed.
But yeah, she is Kimono Girl, I guess. We can't speak much about her because I'm sure most of her answers are
Next season.
Later season. But yeah, I did like how she was a threat at first, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, because she made the waves interesting. I mean, the first one was probably my favorite because Nafumi was being a Chad.
Right.
But the second one was pretty good too because of her presence.
Yeah, third one was something.
Yeah, it was something.
But yeah, I guess we should wrap up any final thoughts that we have on it. Yeah, this is the picture, by the way. Not that impressive, but it's, that's it. Yeah, man. Just take 1 damage, man.
Like-
fucking try 0.
Yeah.
What are you playing? Fucking Echoes? Anyways, but yeah, man, like, I guess in retrospect, like, I like episode 1 through 4 a lot.
Yeah.
F21 was an interesting spike.
It was a turn.
It was like, I got a
It
little
was definitely
to
different
the
from the norm.
There's a few in-betweens that I liked, which is like, the little bridge, not a little bridge, little chasm, and the, some of the filler arcs. But, overall, I think this show was fine at best. I think it was really enjoyable though.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had to say I do enjoy 1 through 4, and although it meanders a little bit after that, it does pick up for me. But it kind of stops because of the church. Honestly, if the church was not there, this anime for me would move up a point. Because it ruins our characters I was genuinely invested in. And if they weren't there, I probably would like the princess still. Despite everything.
There we go.
So yeah, fuck the church. Fuck their undeveloped bullshit.
Derek, you want to sprinkle your thoughts?
Overall, I think this show was good, but I think I got a lot of satisfaction out of it due to being able to relate with character thing. Like I said, there is a lot to nitpick about this show. There's also a lot to dislike about this show. But to be fair, that's me just being able to dislike anything.
Also,
Right.
to clarify it, when I mean up a point, it would be a 6. It'd be a 6. Right now, I feel like it's a 5. It'd be 6. I wouldn't even call it like a really good show. I would call it like above average if the Pope was just not there.
Yeah.
Because even despite that, the characters are not the most like, Because Reptilia, Fleeto, Melty, we didn't have much to say. At least I didn't.
We didn't have much to say about a lot of the side characters.
And I only really
I said a lot about Reptilia.
Secondary side characters.
Yeah, but like I said, I only don't like the Pope because he's just a fucker. You had to deal with 2 episodes. His fight sucks, and also ruins characters I kind of liked because they're dicks.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, the well-written characters that you liked.
Yeah.
Even if they're evil, you can still say that they're well-written.
Relatively.
Shout out to Azula.
Yeah. Shout out to Zuko.
Zuko is a what's it called? They have a fucking name for it. It's like a bad guy turning good. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, no, Zuko is like better than every fucking character in the show.
Zuko is the best character in Avatar. Of course, he's better than any character in the show.
He's one of the best characters ever.
Hey, can we?
Yes.
Hey guys, after this, do you want to watch
Binge all of Avatar.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Oh my god, I would want to rewatch it one day though. With you know what? I shouldn't say this. Anyways,
hey, I can't do that.
it's a little thing. Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, it's a good show. Just you gotta swim through a lot.
Okay. So this is the final question I want to bring up to close the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. If you had to be one of the cardinal heroes, who would you be, and how would you go about this world? You can give quick, short answers if you want.
Fuck, I don't know.
And you can choose one of the other 4 there from the parallel universe.
Can I just say the shield hero because the only competent one?
Sure. If you really don't have much to say, you want to be lazy, just go for it.
I also have one more question after this one.
Okay. Derek, who would you be?
I really do like the gimmick that they're doing with the shield. It's very interesting to know the fact that his entire gimmick is countering.
That's fair, yeah.
Except for when it's not.
Right.
It's the rage shield.
For defense.
I liked when they referenced Berserk, but not as good.
I know.
I'm glad they're like, hey, stop doing that, and they kind of stopped. He stopped doing that. I appreciate that, honestly.
Yeah.
Shit.
I kind of want to say the gem hero.
The gem. Oh, sure, why not? Magic user.
I like Magecraft. It's neat.
All right. I would be spear hero, except way better than that fucking loser.
Sim.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm starting to be a big fan of spears recently.
fine.
But anyways, actually, one more thing I wanted to bring up. You know what I really hate?
What?
When they bring up really sad moments and very desperate moments, they're like, and fucking Raftula's like, I'll hold your hand.
Yeah.
5 times, and I felt this arc was repeated like every time.
Every single time he raged.
Honest.
I hated it so much after like the second or third time.
That's fair. It's kind of like redundant because I'm like, then again, he has it's so much rage he's holding back, I guess. Like I kind of wish there was a progression where she had to hold his hand a couple of times, and eventually it was just inherent to him to just do it.
Fifth time would have been fine, you know.
Maybe
whatever.
If he just trained to do it off screen, or like not even off screen.
Not even train, and you just need those moments to be less time consuming.
Although it seemed like later on he needed more help because he had to have the 3 by like the last one.
Yeah. Like if there was just a moment where he just talked to the freaking dragon that apparently was like trying to control him.
This whole rage thing was unnecessary.
Very much so.
It got annoying after a while.
But it's like,
hey,
I understand that when it comes to like his character's like, oh, he's getting screwed over, so he's got to rage out some moment.
It's an easy way out, and I really don't like it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the Dark Ryu thing. I wish they just went like good Akuma instead.
Yeah, and then they recycle it over and over.
I'm just like, I'm over it. I don't care anymore. Anyways, what's your final question?
Are you guys gonna watch season 2?
Of course.
And 3.
I'll see where season 2 goes.
If I got the time, I'll watch it.
I am willing to watch season 2, but if it does not impress me, I might just drop it at 2.
Yeah, again, episode 1 through 4 is what pulled me into the show. I wanted to see where I went with it.
Because I'm willing to give the second season a chance, because I'm like, well, there hopefully won't be another undeveloped villain that we had to deal with in 2 episodes.
Develop your 3 heroes, please. Don't. Stop. Anyway.
I'm holding out hope, because that church was bad.
Part of me,
Don't worry, the wave will disappoint you. Haha. I actually don't know.
I don't know. I'm willing to give them a chance. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt about that plot point.
I could take a wild guess on where the show is going, and I really hope I'm wrong.
What do you think?
I think it's just going to be like what Hector said. It's just going to be a generic, boring ass show.
Yep.
Kind of that flavor at points.
Yeah, it's just going to lose
points,
all
I
of
would
its.
say.
I think Goblin Slayer has a similar theme to this, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the second arc, what's probably going to be.
What?
They have this little capsules of worlds or whatever. They have a very similar premise from what I heard. I don't know. I can't confirm this.
I've never watched
I don't
Goblin
know
Slayer.
either.
But anyways, let's do outros because I'm sleepy.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's not even worth it.
One thing you can say it. Just do it quick.
Okay, the controversy is really weird and kind of like not even worth it, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Anyways.
First episode, remember?
Yeah.
whatever.
Fake rape accusations. The only thing we're gonna say unanimously, we think that it can happen in the real world. It also can't. There's 2 sides to this coin. People need to grow the fuck up and actually develop critical thinking and think about both sides and see the positive and cons of both their side and the opposite side.
People need to accept that bad things happen in real life.
And that there's sometimes.
Well, they do, but men do it.
And that they're sometimes right and they're sometimes wrong and they're sometimes gray. There you go. Every argument ended on Twitter and Reddit. Gone. Okay.
Hector,
Oh no, they're still there though.
Yeah. We single-handedly did it.
We solved it.
We
Congratulations,
did it.
boys.
We did it, boys. Twitter replies or no more.
I don't know, they're still there though, and they never leave.
Wow.
Even intensified in rage.
Anyways.
What did you do?
Outros. Devin.
Shield Hero was fine.
Alright, and we have also Derek, who is here with us.
I hope Shield Hero gets better.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I
hope it goes back to... No, I don't want to hope that. I hope it gets better. Yeah.
And I've been Hector, and we know what's better than swords and shields? Fucking magic. Shout out to Shiro and fucking Eins owns Ghoul. Anyways,
which eventually is going to get his season next season.
Season 4. Shit, man. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching.
Oh, fuck, I hate Overlord.
Thank you guys for...
That's going to be a fun one to talk about later.
Thank you guys.
No, I don't want to talk about Overlord.
Thank you guys for watching. I'm super sleepy, and I hope you guys have...
I'm super sleepy. I'm Derek.
And I hope you guys don't die.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.